Hello. Welcome to Insaka Talk Show. It is September. It is a new month. I'm excited to be here. As you all know, September is alopecia month. So we celebrate and keep our sisters in prayers that suffer from alopecia. Before we talk about today, we have an interesting guest. Guys, she has amazing things to talk about that is impacting the Zambian education. But before we bring her on, let me say hello to my co-hosts that are looking amazing. I will start with the lady in red. Winnie, how are you?
I'm great, my love. How are you?
I'm doing great. You look amazing in your red.
Yes.
And then another red. Nelly, how are you feeling, my darling?
I am feeling much better. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been here. So thank you.
I know you're not feeling well, so thank you so much. You are the producer today, so we really appreciate you for doing this. I love and live for the red. And Irene, you look amazing in the blue.
Oh, thank you. Blue for love, because I love all of you.
I love the goddess queen look that you're giving us. I live for it.
The Nubian princess.
Yes.
Thank you. I tried to do my hair so I can look different. So I surprised you.
Yes, indeed. It's a pleasant surprise.
Ladies, what's going on?
Well, at least we know in the world there's trending topics all the time, and I'm excited to do trending topics. This time, no Nick.
I was just about to say.
Ellen is not there this time. So, Nick, we're giving you a break for now. Don't give us surprises. But
Please.
Trending topics, as you all know, our girl Serena Williams has been doing it. She's been a role model for a lot of Black girls.
Yeah.
And I really, really, really respect her for doing what she had a very good speech when she was leaving. She actually has retired, though she lost, but she lost with style. Everybody was giving her a round of applause, standing ovation. Her daughter and her husband were there to cheer her up. Everybody in the world actually cheered her up. She sounded like she won when she lost. So that's a good thing. So what do you think? What do you think about what happened? Just a little bit about what you think.
I think for me, I think that she went away with sorry Priska. I think she went away with when you go, you do something that for yourself and you go out with glory. Like she went away with that. And just knowing that I'm gonna go and start my family. I want to do something for myself.
Sure.
Amazing.
What did you want to say, Priska?
I said it's still a win.
Yeah, it's still a win, yes. What do you think, Nelly?
And the fact that she retired, fully retired, still a role model, whether she won or she didn't win, she still represented us. And thank you so much. We send you to your retirement with love. And I hope she starts coaching.
Yes. What about you, Miss?
I feel that I'm very excited for her for choosing to retire. However, I do have a little bit of regret. I feel that as a star, she didn't do herself justice at the time that she retired. I feel like she should have retired at the height. You know, they say a star leaves the stage while people are still clapping.
Yes.
So, you know, when she was like the reigning champion, I feel like that's when she should have just said, you know what, I bow, I'll leave it to the next person and then exit, right? I know she's a star and she's forever the greatest, but I just hate that she's leaving, you know, like you lost and then you're leaving. Like the last game she ever played was because somebody beat her. Now that person will have that over her head to say, I'm the last person that played Serena and I beat her. You know, I hate that.
It was just something that she did at that moment.
That's just my take on it anyway. So anyway, we have a lot of trending topics going on.
Trending topics in Zambia. Well, Brian Wembia, aka Biflo, who is a friend of Insaka, just got married this past weekend to a gorgeous girl. Very gorgeous.
Congratulations.
I'm so happy for him because a lot of people were wondering who he was dating, who he was engaged to. I think he kept it a secret for a long time. A lot of people didn't know At least I didn't know. I knew he was dating somebody, but he never really brought her to the limelight. There
Beautiful.
you go, ladies. She's a beautiful girl.
And she must be very tall because he's quite tall.
Yes.
And even though she's wearing heels, like she must be a tall girl as well, But she's beautiful. Congratulations.
Beautiful. And people are complaining about her.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is beautiful. Yes. So they did the traditional one. They managed to do like a red, which is like popping. That's nice.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Beautiful.
So what else is happening on the continent, y'all?
The PR girls did it again. This time they went emerald green. They were not plain. And
that's my favorite couple, my favorite picture, my favorite everything. I give love for Makitu Kopala. I love them. That's my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
I think I didn't like how she dressed up.
She dressed up according to her body, I think.
She could have done it better. She's having Mac2 on the side. I would like rock it.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
It's very classic.
She could have done it the whole green, like really. She could have bring it. Like I will bring it when, like you said, when it's still high there. I will be bringing it until it goes low. So she could have done.
Everybody's. Everybody's style is different. So Priska probably, this was your eye-catching moment for her. I can see why, because she's classy at the top and then vavavoom at the bottom.
Right.
So it kind of like marries the two. So I get it. Winnie would want to do the whole 9 green. That's okay. Miss Nelly, what would you do if it were you?
I think that's kind of my style as well. There's a difference. There's a fine line when it comes to fashion between being tacky and being classy. And to me, that's what it is. Tacky is when you are exposed both at the top and the bottom. You have to choose one. Yeah. If your bottom is going to be a little bit exposed, your top has to be, and vice versa. Now that's class.
Okay. Do we have
I rest my case.
Mampi, my girl. She always rocks. Now, I had mixed feelings about her dress, and I think I shared with you guys. I love everything about her dress but the bottom. I wasn't feeling the bottom so much. She still rocked it, but I would have done a similar look like Makitu's wife, like a little flowy, and then like a custom look up here, because I don't know what was happening there, but it looks very beautiful. This is so me. I like if you're so something weird. That's me.
Yes. I don't know what that is.
I would rock this. What's your take?
It's a little bit too much for me. I love.
That's what I'm saying.
I love
it. I would rock this.
I'm always gonna go for the hair and makeup. Love it. Very simple, very classy. Yeah. I just feel like if you're doing too much at the bottom, do less on top.
Yes.
If it was a short dress with that, I would love it.
Yes.
Too much for me.
Yes, I think that's. Oh my gosh.
I
don't know. I'm not even going to make a comment. I don't want him to come after me, but I don't know what's happening here.
Does he have
like devilish honeys?
I have no idea.
It's an interesting look, though.
It's very interesting. Yeah, it's a very eye-catching look. I can see why he has it, because he's the only one who has it, probably.
Yeah, but what about Samaketa and Bafwedi?
Yeah, she.
Oh, okay.
Oh Lord, let me move on. How about our fabulous Queen?
Yes. Queen B.
I think he did it.
Slay.
Yeah, he slayed.
Blonde hair, a little dark, and then he just went a green, like a little gold, and it just did it well. He did it better. Like he had the assignment. He got the assignment.
Yeah, and I feel like the hair is matching the jacket as well.
Yes.
And the purse, like everything is, everything is on point. Let's see. Okay, so we have some comments here. Barros, I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Barros. Thank you so much. We have our dear brother Kasuluba. Kasuluba, hey, thank you for tuning in. Let us know what you think about the Lusaka July fashion. Guys, if you're watching, let us know in the comments what you think about our celebrities. I have one more picture for Lusaka July to show you guys. And our very own Winnie decided to put a spin on her own piece of fashion. Presenting
Lusaka July. So I can tell you what I was wearing. So I was wearing the nice blouse.
I cannot laugh. I can't.
What is I don't even know.
My
fruit
I don't know what
it's a fruit platter.
I can't, Winnie.
I look beautiful and I represented you very well, guys, and everybody loved it.
That you did, honey. That you did. So,
but, Nelly, let me cut you on that one. Do you realize that if I was in Lusaka this past Saturday, I would have rocked my green dress?
Yes, you would have. Play.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, that's really the green they were looking for.
That was, the emerald green. That would have been perfect for Lusaka.
Yeah.
So, guys, we have a little bit of community news. We don't want to keep our guests waiting too long.
Yes.
And Winnie, we're going to start with you. What do you have for your community?
So, in my community, as you all know, I live in Tri-State. So, in Tri-State, we have Mape Award coming up September 17th. Mm-hmm. So, guys, tickets are going online. It's $100. If you buy it now, if you buy it at the door, it's $120. It's going to be in New Jersey. And then we have Zambian Independence. It's going to be on 22nd. So please, the tickets are $120. Guys, come on, let's support our community. We have so much going on and we like to see everybody. We haven't made everybody dressed up, So this is our community news.
Awesome. Priska?
Our community news, we are having the Independence Party in Baltimore, Maryland. As you know, we are also the DMV 3 states in one. And we're also having a concert by Agape International Ministries. You guys know Lady C, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Chongos, Reverend Chongo and the wife, they're hosting a concert. They have a guest. I don't remember the name, but they have a guest. It's on September 17th. Please do buy the tickets. They're on Eventbrite. We purchased 5, even if we don't have 5 people going, but we purchased 5 just to support them. So please come out. The information is on their Facebook page.
Awesome. Irene?
Okay, so on a sad note, we have a funeral in Chicago. So Dr. Onesmo Mumba lost his sister. So when we are done with the show, I'm going to go to the funeral. So if anybody who's in Chicago is listening and you didn't know about it, please find a way of getting to Onesmo's home and help them mourn. Let's mourn together. We are having our independence. We are cheap, yo. It's $50 to get in. Unfortunately, we're not like you guys, the Tri-State, $120. The talk I told Pierre like that.
Oh, so that was a Mwapipi Awards.
I need to allow me to travel Chicago.
Actually, no. Seriously, we're having our independence on the 22nd, and it's $50. We decided to do $50 because we're trying to mend our community. We're trying to bring people together, so we don't want to charge them so much. We want them to come one, come all.
Come on,
awesome. What? On the Texas side of things, we have a few things happening. First of all, we do have an independence celebration that the AZDFW, I almost said AZDMV, AZDFW, Association of Zambians in the DFW area, is throwing together an independence barbecue in the park. We shall share the address. It is free. You guys come, bring your meats, bring your drinks. We chill. It's for all ages, for the whole family. That is on October 15th. And then October 29th, OZA is bringing the All Zambians Independence Party to the DFW area. Please get your tickets on Eventbrite. It is $80 if you purchase online, $100 at the door. The Insaka ladies will be there. So yes, if you want to see us in person, buy those tickets and we shall see you. And in other news, Mrs. Febby Kaira Also, the founder of Daliso Foundation is throwing a charity fundraising event next Saturday, September 10th from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Guys, there's going to be good food, good music, drinks, and it's going to be for a good cause. Please get your tickets on Eventbrite. Come out and support. Tickets are only $25 each. This is for charity, y'all. So, without further ado, we're going to go on our first commercial. And when we come back, we will have Madam Priska tell us about our guest today. She's looking at me like, no, you didn't.
No, I would rather you bring our guest in today, Nelly. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we will be right back.
Do you run a nonprofit organization in the education, health, and human services sectors? Do you need grant funding for your organization? Or do you need help developing programs to help you raise money for your nonprofit organization? At Vibrant Funding, our mission is to connect our nonprofit partners in the education, health, and human services sectors to the financial resources required to achieve their mission. We support nonprofit organizations based in and operating in the United States and Africa. We offer the following services to new and established organizations: program development, donor engagement and retention, grants research and writing. Contact us at www.vibrant-funding.com or email us at info@vibrant-funding.com. Call us at 404-751-6802 to learn more about our services and how we can help you to have an impact on the world. Vibrant Funding, connecting donors and nonprofits.
If you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. This is Insaka Talk Show, coming to you live from different states. As you can see on the screen, we have Miss Winnie Sonda from New Jersey. We have Priska from Baltimore, Maryland. We have the gorgeous Irene White from Chicago, Illinois. And I am based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. On the show today, we have a very special guest. She has an extensive resume, and I'm going to try and just read from her bio. On the show today is the lovely Miss Febby Kaira. She's an inspirational educator through social work, life coaching, philanthropy, and entrepreneurship. Febby is a compassionate mother, wife, friend, and colleague. And she is passionate about community service. She gratifies this passion as the founder of Daliso Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that focuses on education and community development. Febby lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but she is originally from Chipata, Zambia, which is the south central part of Zambia. She is a leader of inspiration in commitment and integrity, character, and work ethic. There are so many hats that Febby wears, and today we are going to explore some of those hats. So please help me welcome to the show, Mrs. Febby Kaira.
Hello. Greetings, everybody. You ladies look amazing. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
You look amazing too.
Thank you.
I love the blue.
Oh yeah, you and Irina actually matching here. It seems we're all feeding off of each other. There's a good vibe,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blue for love. Bring the bright colors. I had to represent you ladies.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Febby. We appreciate you taking the time to just kind of tell us a little bit about you, to tell us about, your journey and how you got to where you are. So, we do like to start the game or the show off with a little game, a little icebreaker, so we can kind of loosen up, yeah? Because, who wants to be all serious and business? So to get us started, we do have a little icebreaker, and I am reading from my notes, y'all. So we do have a little icebreaker here. And one of the questions I want to ask personally is, have you ever given somebody a wrong number, like willfully? If they ask for your phone number and you're just like, yeah, my number is 555-555-555. Like, have you?
And why?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I have provided a wrong number. However, with the kind of work that I do, I would defer to a Google line because I need to know who is calling me. So for those people that I am not very sure of, you can call me on Google. And when I know who it is, then I can let you in.
That's a good
That's
one.
a good one. I like that. So who wants to go, ladies, who wants to go in with the second question that we have here for the icebreaker?
Okay, what's the second question? If you could have unlimited supply of one thing, what would you pick? Not money.
I would love a lot of peace. Please, give me more
That's
peace.
a good one.
That's a good one.
I need
I
money.
didn't even expect it.
Give me more peace, because a peace of mind will lead me to doing more effective things.
Yes.
I will be more centered. Give me peace. It's something you cannot buy. I'm pretty sure if it was sold at the stores, it would be sold out.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be like, give me money.
We said it cannot be
no
money.
Me, I'll just say, why can't you give me money?
Oh,
He said no money, rules winning.
rules are rules. Are big, CC.
He's trying to break the rules.
Supply me with different vacations.
Go ahead, Ellie.
Yeah, no, I just want to, I want to make sure that, in case there are people that are watching that want to cheer on Febby or want to say something, oh yeah, we actually have some love from the beautiful Febby herself. She says, beautiful ladies, keep up the great work. You look amazing. Thanks for all you do. We appreciate you, Febby. And Bertha McBee says, good deal for Chicago Independence Day. All right. And then Princess says, hello, beautiful ladies. Good to see you all. You know who that is, right, Febby? She's one of our sisters in the DFW. That's Mwangala.
I love Mwangala. Hello, Mwangala.
All right. Okay, so I just wanted to acknowledge our family that's watching us and supporting us here before we moved on with the show. So to get us started, Febby, we want to basically, can you tell us where and when you were born?
Yes. So I know we've already started, but let me go ahead and just show my gratitude again, because some things we take for granted. So, we take invitations for granted. An invitation is an opportunity for any type of greatness. Good or bad, it's up to you to choose. So I wanted to take this time and thank you, ladies. I want to thank your production for all that you do, because this is a global platform. I also want to take the time for everyone who is watching. I want to say thank you. And I want to give a shout out to my hometown, Chipata. Hello, Atata. And then my sister in Kitwa, she says, you need to give me a shout out. She's watching. So Dee, hello. I grew up in Chipata, born and raised. So I went to primary school. I went to primary school at Pezen Park. And then I went to secondary school at St. Monica's. So I was in boarding school. For us, boarding school is the norm. I was there for 5 years, so grade 8 to 12. And then right after grade 12, that's when I transitioned coming to America. However, I believe growing up, I was exposed to poverty. Even if my dad tried his best to educate everyone. So my dad, he grew up so quickly, and I think I take some of my traits from him. He did not go to a university or any of that. He chose to educate everyone. He educated his brothers and sisters, and then he was like, you know what, let me educate my children. So I am one of those children who excelled to even come to America for a college education. I picked up a lot of things, Ubuntu. We grew up in a household without steps. So everyone is your family, it's an extended family. We ate, we had love, but we were lacking some things. So when I came to America, that helped me a little bit. At age 9, I had an accidental burn. So I was 9 years old in July. And in July, it is very cold. So it's those little showers, it's like winter in July. And I had eye problems growing up. My eyes were so red. The allergy was terrible. And, people would make fun of you. Other kids would be like, oh, this one is adorable you. So meaning like, oh, she's jade. Like, like you smoke weed. That's what they were saying. So at a very young age, I didn't even know those things. So that was like bullying. Grew up in that area. But yeah, with the accidental burn, it was 3rd-degree burn. And it was a miracle that I was in a hospital for 3 weeks. I was healed in 3 weeks, and I had to learn how to walk. Educational wise, I was just focused on the books. So I really didn't know, like the strict kind of education. It was just by the book, the education from school. That's what I had. So like a physical therapy, I learned who a physical therapy was when I was in the hospital, because I had to learn how to walk. There was this gracious doctor from India. I can't forget his name, Dr. John. He was so gracious. He did everything. And there was my uncle there, my uncle Kaluba. He did his best. He traveled, to go get me some medication so that way I could be properly healed. So it was that transition. I really didn't think about it. I was just wanting to get healed and get out of the hospital. I was so involved in church. You remember like the church choir, Sunday school. I was so involved. So like my friends would come and visit me. And then we were writing our grade 4 exams, I remember. And my teacher, Mrs. Kuliwa, bless her heart, I said, I want to finish my exams while I'm in the hospital. She said, no, focus on your healing. I said, I want to do it, even if I have not completed the grade 4 yet. So I did my exam there, and I placed number 11 out of 44. I didn't even study. I placed number 11. So that was a miracle. I didn't have any insecurities, but transitioning, when I grew older now, those insecurities started to come up.
That's interesting. I'll stop you right there, Febby, so that we want to make sure we don't lose our audience with we want to go step by step when we tackle your birth, your upbringing, your education, right? So we're going to go a little bit step by step and take a little step back, right? So I'm going to take you just a little bit back with that. And I want us to talk about, you've already touched on your education and how passionate you were about getting an education in spite of, the health challenges that you faced as a young girl at that time because of the burns that you mentioned. But I want you to talk just a little bit more on what were those early days like, right? Like, what's your most memorable, worst experience, and what's your best experience, during your childhood?
Yes. So the spirit of hosting people is what I picked up the most. As you know, you didn't really call for you to say, oh, hey, I'll be in town, so be ready. Your relatives that just show up and you have to take care of them.
Yeah.
So I picked that up. The nurturing, the caring, so how to host guests, I picked that up. And I do a great job of hosting guests because that's what I picked up the most. You cook, you take care of them. These are your family. They came to visit you in your house. Give them whatever they need. Guests don't stay forever. Just endure the process. So
don't
I
invite
picked
me.
it up.
I'll stay forever. So don't invite.
You can stay forever. You are welcome.
She can make some host manners. Please invite her.
We are family. So yeah, I picked that up. What would I have loved the most? There were some things that I admired as a child that we were not able to afford. you know. So you were just watching from across the street. If someone has some nice shoes, nice clothes, you know, when you come to school, people have new things, and you know, they're showing up, and you just admire from across the street, like if you were to have it. Because sometimes when you ask your parents, they would say, I don't have the money for that. So you just have to endure, and up until you can get it, then you can afford it. My father exposed us to money at a very young age, so money comes very natural. So the discipline of money comes very natural to me, because my father exposed us to money at a very young age. You know, so in our household, you can leave money, you can find it. So when I grew up, even if I had a roommate and they left something, it was not something that excited me the most, because I was already exposed to that. He taught us to deposit. We would never make a withdrawal. So you would deposit but never made a withdrawal. So money and hosting people, and those have transitioned into my lifestyle.
So looking at the screen, we have a comment here from one of our family on Facebook. They say, I want to hear some Ngoni from you, Febby. Are you Ngoni?
I'm not Ngoni, I'm Chewa. However, in Eastern Province, you know, we speak Ngoni, we speak Senga, we speak Chewa. With my family, it is strictly Chewa. Doesn't matter if Febby is coming from America or wherever you are coming from. Once the family meets, I transition to Chewa pretty quickly.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So they want to hear some Ngoni words. Okay. So moyo omulitiani chawa makutimuni ambapano ziko mongako.
That's a good one. There you have it.
Febby, so you went to school, you were born in Chipata, went to school in Chipata. Did you go and live anywhere else in Zambia before you came to the United States?
No, I was full-time. I'm a full-blown breed from Chipata. I don't know Lusaka very well, so it's kind of strange, because everyone that I meet here in diaspora, they're from Lusaka. And sometimes when we speak and I tell them I'm from Chipata, they check me out like 2 times, like, are you serious? You're from Chipata? You know, like growing up is like, Kuchipata, Kumushi, you know? I know, I don't mean my Bemba sounds like different, but that's what they would think. And I will have to educate them. But no, I'm from Chipata, born and raised. I came to America straight from Chipata. I never lived in Osaka, but I lived in Ndola. I have a beloved family there. My uncle lives in Ndola, and I would go there for holidays. That's where I got some of the exposure. Other than that, no, Chipata.
Well, when they ask you, just tell them you met somebody who lived in Chipata. You know, you and me talked about the Chipata part.
And I like that. I love that.
I don't know if the ladies know. We lived in Chipata.
You've lived
everywhere, darling.
All my siblings were born there. So I was telling her the school that I went to. She was like, "What? Are you serious?" So me and you were from Chipata. Don't mind about all these people, Lusaka people. Don't mind them.
Well, I'm from Chipata too.
Oh, you are? See?
I'm excited.
When it comes to Irene, the question is, where did she not live?
Yeah, that's what I said. You've lived everywhere. Foreigner.
Where did she not live? That's what we gotta ask. So,
all right. So, Miss Febby,
really, I know you have a question. Go ahead.
Miss Febby, what prompted you come to the U.S.? What made you want to come live in the U.S.? What prompted you to come to the U.S.?
To be honest with you, I didn't even dream of the U.S. I didn't, because I did not know. So let me speak to a young girl out there, okay? Because God works in different ways. There are people who are already exposed, okay? There are families who are already exposed. When you're down with grade 12, you are going to this school abroad, right? They're already structured during the holidays. They already knew summer before I knew summer, okay? The US verbiage, I had to learn here. So I did not dream of that, because I didn't know how it looked like. I did not have exposure. I really didn't read a lot of magazines. As I told you, I had eye problems. So I really didn't read or watch TV that much. TV, up to now, I really don't watch TV. But my dad had that vision. Okay, he wanted his children to study abroad. And of course, it's a huge investment. My dad is a commercial farmer. He's a commercial farmer. So I got educated on farmers' financial aid, okay, from Chapata. So I want somebody to be inspired. Even if your parents are farmers, it does not determine how you end up in society. Never had a dream, but it was his dream. How I came here, it was a connection. Okay, so they're divine connection. I did tell you about my family in Dola. That was a divine connection with another connection that he had. And that's how I came to America. When I came here, I didn't even know what to expect. It was my first time flying abroad. So everything was a show. But I am thankful that it happened that way. I stayed here because of the work that I'm doing and the opportunities. Because if I leave, there will be a lot of people who suffer.
Listen, girl. That's the whole thing.
So fast forward, you're in the US, you go to school, you have a story about the hardcover books and why we're here and the amazing things that you're doing in the Zambian education system. You have a story about the hardcover books. Could you tell us a little bit about that? And the background?
Yes. So, well, in primary school, it's not a big deal. Okay. You have those small books. It's not a big deal. But, you know, as you transition to secondary school, you are in boarding school. So boarding school, you have people from each province, right? So when we talk about province here in the US, that's like a state. Yeah. So it's a state. So you all come from different backgrounds and you have children of hierarchy people. You know, they work in the government, they are huge business, you know, individuals, and they come to school and you're like, wow, I have never seen that before. A hardcover book is something that I admired. One, a hardcover book was strong, hardcover, just like it sounds, and then it had a lot of pages in it. You know how we would take notes. Well, in my school, we were taking notes from a blackboard and then you're writing it in your book.
We all did.
Okay. So a hardcover book came in very handy. If you did not have it, you may use 3 books. And someone who had a hardcover book, they would only, you know, have 1 book. And I admired that, but they were so expensive, you know, so I could not afford it. Fast forward, when the Daliso project came up, one of the things that I highly collect is a hardcover book, because even if it is going to a primary school student and they've never seen it before, they can say, Febby Kaira with Daliso Foundation donated this book. And so it's not very awkward if they have it in high school or if they don't, but they're motivated even in primary school.
That's wow. That is awesome, Febby. You know, we have a lot as we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to take a deep dive into Daliso Foundation, why you started it, why the name Daliso, why backpacks filled with school supplies. So we're going to touch on all that when we come back. We'll be right back.
My whole life, my father told me stories about moving to the United States. He would tell me that his brother, my Uncle George, was already living here and let my father stay with him for a while. Through my Uncle George, my father was introduced to our cultural organization here in America, who helped him make connections, apply for college, find his first job, and adjust to life in a completely different culture than he was used to. The Cultural Association helped him get started on his new life. My Uncle George would bring my father with him to the annual Summer Cultural Groups Festival, and later, he would bring me. It was incredible to see so many people of all ages laughing and celebrating with food and song and dance. It brought back the best feelings of home and gave my father the opportunity to pass his culture, language, and values on to me. My father and Uncle George were very close, so when George died last year, my father wanted to honor his wishes to be buried with a traditional ceremony back at his birthplace. My father told me that because Uncle George had cultural group life insurance, he was able to afford to bring George home and have the traditional burial George wanted. Though my father had been able to honor my Uncle George's wishes, it got me thinking about my own family. One day, I'd have to make the same arrangements for my own parents, and my wife's parents as well. Of course, we would want to bring them home and honor their wishes, but it would be a financial hardship for our family. There were a lot of things to think about, even though I really didn't want to think about them at all. When my father told me about cultural group life insurance, he told me it's intended to help families when they need it the most. It's not tied to an employer, so no matter where my career takes me, I'll always have coverage. The more people who participate and the younger they are, the more it helps keep the insurance premiums down for the entire association. Because my parents have cultural group term life insurance, there will be money available to help me provide the kind of service I want to give my parents. And by joining, I can put my mind at ease and continue to celebrate our traditions into the future. With cultural group life insurance, I can worry less and spend more of my time celebrating with the people who matter most to me.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, this is Insaka Talk Show. And on the show today, we have the fabulous Miss Febby Kaira. Right before we went on commercial break, she was telling us about how she came to the United States. She told us about her education background. And then we started to talk about her foundation, Daliso Foundation. So welcome back to the show. Febby, Daliso is one of those projects that you started to help really with the education or advancing education in Zambia in your own way. I don't want to say small way, right? Because we don't want to belittle somebody's work. It's your own way. Whether people call it big or small, it doesn't matter. Can you tell us about Daliso? First of all, why the name Daliso? And then secondly, why backpacks filled with school supplies? Why not food or donate money to schools? Why that specifically?
Wonderful. So the word Daliso means blessing. That is in Chewa. So people spell it a different way, but we spell the Daliso Foundation without the T. So it was named Daliso because it was a blessing, first of all, with just my life, coming to America and then going to school here in America. So Daliso is extending the blessing from America to Zambia. And we started off with Chipata specifically because that's where I'm from. That's what I know. The goal is that we move out of Chipata and we service all provinces. That's the goal. But you have to start from somewhere. You have to start with your backyard because that's what you know best. And then you move on across the street. The mission for Daliso Foundation is to promote a better lifestyle for children, their families, and the community, with emphasis on education and community development. Education is very meaningful because that is how I am successful today, is because of the education. With my education, I was exposed to many things. I learned how to communicate with different people. I learned how to manage my life. Although, some people may look at it like, even if I don't have my college degree, I can be successful. It doesn't work like that in many parts of the world, especially third world countries. People have 3-4 degrees, just to have a job. People have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree. And so that's where that education comes from. However, you cannot tell a child to be educated when you are not giving them the materials so they can learn. Therefore, to help out in that portion where you have to help the child to be interested, to learn and be educated, we had to give them some sort of material. And what worked best for us was a backpack. So as you can see on the screen, we collect brand new backpacks or lightly used. However, people give brand new backpacks. Why? Because I was exposed to children carrying their books, if they have any, in a plastic bag. So you can imagine if it's raining, you are closely covering your little plastic bag so your books don't get wet if you have any. And therefore, giving them a backpack was highly motivating. So can you imagine on the screen, the backpack that you see is brand new. It's brand new, and a child has never seen a brand new backpack before, and they receive one. They didn't even think about it. They might have dreamt about it, but someone gave them a bag. You can see how this young boy is walking out. I think he's carrying his books like in his hand in a plastic bag, but he has a backpack that he's very excited to use. That's how we were collecting those backpacks, and it's been a huge success. So all of those backpacks, people donate, and then we send them and have a distribution ceremony. That's how you see these pictures of the children receiving those backpacks. Why did Daliso start? I really didn't think of starting a nonprofit at one point. So it was a calling that was ignored for a long time. I ignored it, and you ask questions like, God, why me? Why do I have to do this? But it was a calling that never went away. And then finally, you start to do things little by little. I told my husband about this calling that I was so scared of letting him know because I didn't know how he was going to receive it. And once I did share that with him, he said, you know what, baby, I think that is a great idea. I think you should do it. So since I'm speaking about my husband, Mr. Lamek, he's been so supportive on this project. It is very, very essential that we have a partner, a spouse, a household, a family that is so supportive, because this project is bigger than Febby Kaira. There are many times I want to quit, but it has to be done because someone has to do it. And so it requires a community. And Febby's job is just to put the word out there, ask for donations. So Febby's job is to ask, are you able to help? This is what we're doing. And the other people, they join and say, yes, we believe in the mission. Let's do this. And so that is what we do here at Daliso Foundation. With a community development, it's mainly collaborating with community leaders. Community leaders, all of you ladies are community leaders. And I have worked closely with Winnie, with Winnie Hope Musonda Foundation. We've worked closely together because I'm pretty sure she can tell you from A to Z regarding a nonprofit. And we started speaking before we even met. When I went to visit Winnie the first time, we had not even met, but because of what she does, and I believe in the cause, I flew to New York to support her for the first time. So you do need to collaborate with other people. That way you can continue to grow, because the goal is for us to help our next generation. That's the goal. The goal is not about helping Febby. You help me because you know me and you love me. And through me, you're helping those 1,800 children. We have helped 1,800 children. For a local nonprofit, that is a lot of children. Our goal is to help many children, but we start off little by little, one child at a time, one school at a time, one household at a time. And over time, we are going to help one Febby that is going to excel from primary school to secondary school to college, and she's going to give back in another way. That's the goal.
That's right. Now you're doing an amazing job. Like you said, we talked before we met, and it's been all glory. And like we said, we're women. We need to work. Different organizations need to work together. So like next week, I know you're going to be having a fundraising, Daliso Foundation. Myself, personally, I'm not going to make it, but one of my team is going to come, because that's what we need to support each other no matter what. If one doesn't make it, we need to push in, especially as women. This is the only way. It's going to be event next week, guys. Please, let's go support Febby. The tickets are only $25. It's for a good cause. I might not be there in person, but Nelly's going to represent us. And Monica from Winnie Hope Foundation, she's our secretary. She got tickets. She's excited. And I can't wait to hear what she's going to come from. And Febby, thank you for all you do. And please don't stop here. We all have to support it. Guys, if you're not going to make it this weekend, let's buy tickets, at least $25. Let's support in any way we can.
Miss Febby, so you're giving books to the children in Chipata. Is it just limited for Eastern Province? And then 2, do you have outreach workers that actually go and identify the children that I need, or you just randomly pick schools? Because I saw in the clip there were a couple of schools. There were like 3 different schools. So do you specifically give to like kids who I need, or you just give the whole school? How do you know? How do you identify who's in need and who's not? You know, children, even if they come from the family that has, if you are giving their friends, they'll also say, me too, me too. You can't say no. So how do you do that?
Yes. So this project right now is in Chipata. As I mentioned, we started from Chipata because I am from Chipata, and you start from your backyard and then you move on forward. The goal is to move out of Chipata in all provinces at one point. It works effectively in Chipata because, let me run you down just a tiny bit on the consignment. So when we pack school supplies over here and we ship via Amazon, it goes to Lusaka, right? So in Lusaka, we need a point of contact because they need to deliver from Lusaka to Chipata. It's an 8-hour drive. Yeah. So from Chipata to Lusaka, when that stuff is on a bus or on a truck, in Chipata, there is a point of contact there. Okay, it's trustworthy point of contact because we know that this stuff is going to be delivered, and you just saw the pictures there. The reason why we do that, you might have heard in the past, there are people who have spoiled it for everyone. That's so true. As much as we say, oh, these are donations, when it reaches wherever it's going, the children don't see it. So when we are asking for donations, they make it so hard for people who are doing it authentically.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the reason why we are doing the project in Chipata, because there is transportation there. When the staff arrive, they are going to be provided to a school, and then we are going to have a whole ceremony, and we are going to hear back. So we've been doing that since 2014, and it's been successful. However, if we were to do this in Lusaka, we need a point of contact who is going to do the same thing I just shared. If we were to go in the Copper Belt or Southern Province, we need the same person to say, when this arrives from Lusaka, it will be driven to Southern Province, it will arrive there, and this will be distributed. We don't have that point of contact. Transportation is very difficult.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why the project is in Chipata. Now we identify local schools. So these are schools in the villages. Okay, the schools in town may have some school supplies, but they need brand new ones, right? But in the village, they have never seen this. So all those pictures you have seen, it is a village. It's a village, maybe 2 hours from Chipata, the town itself, 2 hours from there. So they would identify. My sister, Esther, is a point of contact because I know this will be done faithfully. Pro bono. She does this pro bono, guys. So she goes there and she does everything. So Miss Irene, if we were to find a point of contact in Lusaka or the Copper Belt, anywhere else, we are able to do the project. It's where the need is. What was your other question? No,
you answered both of them because I needed to know the criteria. How do you identify who's in need. You just said you do in the rural areas, which makes a lot of sense because there's no traffic over there.
No, next time I'll call you so you can get some backpacks for me as well.
Yes, we can do that. And we give the grade. So if we're giving a grade 1, it's all the grade 1. It's not like, oh, we're getting 7 of these. No.
Yeah.
So if this is going to grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, last year we were able to provide the entire school from grade 1 to 9. That was the first time. But when we first started, we started with grade 1 and grade 2 because that's the donations that we had. And then last year we were able to help with the school supplies we shipped. We helped an entire school, and then we helped 2 schools with the lower grade levels.
That's nice.
That's fantastic. With just 5 minutes left before the show, I do want to acknowledge the people that are watching us. The pastor's wife, our dear Mrs. Nkama, Gladys, she says, lovely to see Febby, very cheerful lady. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching. Then we have Mom here. She says, hello, beautiful daughters. Febby, you are a blessing.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mom.
All right. Who wants to read the comment from Princess?
Oh, proud of you, Febby. And I know your dad is so proud of you. He truly did an amazing job raising you all and prepared you for financial education. S and I always go to FRI. I think that's France, right? Is that France?
I always go to FRI.
S and I always go to France. I think she meant France. And then Greenwell Mwape says, let's go, Daliso. We are here to support.
Thank you, Greenwell. Thanks for the support. We appreciate you.
And then Mommy again is saying, I'll soon need backpacks for Embracing Heart Homes. I think Mom is trying to support a home called Embracing Heart Home, so she'll need some backpacks as well.
We will make that arrangement happen. I believe we are all here to support one another. And this project is not about Febby. Wherever the need is, we are here to support. One thing we need to do is work as a team, communicate, and then make those things happen. If there is a school that needs backpacks, as long as we know this is going to get there, because whoever donates, they want to see results. So we had a shipment here in May, and it was sponsored by one of the U.S. telehealth large companies. They sponsored the whole thing. They collected the school supplies. They sponsored, I think we had 300 backpacks, all filled with those hard-covered books, pencils and pens, erasers, sharpeners. They sponsored the whole thing. I can tell you the whole thing cost $3,500.
Wow.
You see, it's interesting that you mentioned this earlier when we started talking, that when you have a vision to do something and you just obey, God makes a way for everything else. Everything else falls in place. And this is what you did, So we hope and pray that our community is going to get on board. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in Texas, outside of Texas, even outside of the US, right? You can get on board. When you educate a child, you educate a nation, you educate a community. So let us pour back into our communities. Let us help our communities. We have a comment here from my husband. He says, giving back to the Zambian community, especially the children, is the future. Yes. You're right about that. You're right about that, babe. I think this one is Ricky, our brother, Ricky Banda, Big Beats Worldwide. He says, amazing stuff. Mrs. Kaira, may the Lord continue to give you strength and expand your territory.
Amen.
Thank you. Strength is a much need on this pro bono project. Strength is a much need.
Do you think we can spare 5 minutes? I know we're running out of time for Febby to talk about her life coaching. She doesn't only just do Daliso Foundation.
Yes.
She's also a life coach and an entrepreneur. Febby, we're running out of time. Do you think in a minute or less than that, you can tell us about your life coaching program?
Yes, and thank you so much for extending time. Febby is a talker. That's why she's a life coach. Thank you for your time. But for more information regarding everything that I do life coach wise, please visit febbykaira.com. You'll find all the information there. What I do as a life coach is I help young leaders, so young professional leaders and youth, cultivate a mindset of confidence and determination despite their difficulty or discouragement. The reason why I do that as a coach is because I had to learn confidence. You know, confidence is key. In any room that you step in, if you don't have confidence, people will know right away. If you have the confidence, regardless of what your background is, who you are, it will make a way for you. Determination, you have to be determined. Like they go hand in hand. Confidence and determination goes hand in hand. It is a principle. So in our life coaching, it is adaptive perseverance coaching. Why? Because you have to adapt. Life is about you adapting and persevering. That way you can succeed. So what these young leaders have in mind is to redirect their disciplines. One of those disciplines is a lack of confidence. So when they come to Coach Febby will focus on their soft skills. Soft skills are human skills that help somebody communicate effectively. Because once we communicate effectively, then we can be able to make an impact. So we talk about how they communicate. If it is an international professional, we talk about culture. For the most part, I work with people who come here in the US for the first time and they don't know where to begin. They don't know how to start. And we talk about the culture and building that confidence. We talk about the difference in languages, how they can be transformed and they can lead effectively. Or the cultural differences, and they can be an effective leader or they can be an effective youth. But as mentioned, you can go to febbykaira.com for more information. Your coach Febby is here to assist. Febby is here to assist, and I work with overwhelmed parents, or okay, so people who've been here for a long time, in diaspora, and they need to do their immigration paperwork. Mm-hmm. They don't know where to start from. They are shy. They are ashamed of talking about it. It can cause a mental health toll. I work with parents like that because we live in international households. But use that as a skill because you are international. There are people who wish they can be international. We already have that. Mm-hmm. We are international. So we go through that process, but building your confidence is always key. You will be surprised what confidence does for a person, guys. You would not even know, are you the same person? When they have that confidence, they even forget. They had that coaching with Coach Febby. It's like, I have accepted it. It is my calling. I'm here to help you excel. I don't need any credit. Just go flourish.
Yeah. So how much do you usually charge for that, for a session?
That is wonderful. I do have all the prices on my website, febbykaira.com. See, when someone is making an investment, check this out. When someone is making an investment, don't look at the pricing. So if someone is ready to get started, they will go to the website and they will read everything. Before they can even come talk to me, they will know this is where I need to invest for myself. Because
negotiation, negotiation, that's when I
negotiation.
$50.
Yeah, sometimes our people would say, okay, what is the minimum, right? What's the range?
Yeah, I know you have everything because of course we have to be professional, like you say, international, and we are learning to be like that. But if I'm in Zambia, I'm looking at $50, I can't afford it. So when you come here, you loosen up. You're like, you know what? That's the price. But when you come to me, you speak to me, I can go easy up on you. You know what I'm saying?
No. Charge your worth.
There she goes.
Charge your worth, Febby. Do not do that. Charge your worth. Charge what you want to charge, and no discount. But running out of time.
Charge Priska that price.
Any parting words for a little girl out there that you can encourage, and any inspirational message that you can give to a little girl there?
Yes, so I want to respond to the negotiation. So Winnie, negotiation skills are part of the skills that I discussed, because you need to learn to negotiate. Febby is a negotiator. You know this, Winnie. But if I'm working with a student, go to DalisoFoundation.org, because that is how I give back. Okay, it is pro bono. I work with young girls and I work with young leaders. So if you are age 12 to 17 and you need Febby, I'm not your coach at that time. I'm your mentor. That's how I can give that to you. As a coach, I am going to expect that you take the time to do the research and then you come to me. But for all students, Winnie, I have them covered. Now, if there is a young girl listening out there, what I would say is, we look at things. If you're looking at Febby today, you're like, oh my God, that's how she communicates, that's how she speaks. But Febby has a story, okay? So I look at my life as it's a life of inspiration. I have discouragements. It's okay. You have to accept who you are. Okay, I used to be insecure to even speak in public, but I had to take some time to do public speaking. That's why I do it today, so you can be also that person who has confidence. So don't look at these ladies over here looking so pretty, and I'm like, oh, I want to be like you when you grow up. You don't know where they have been to be here today. So accept who you are. And then learn, always learn and pick up best practices. Don't lose hope, okay? Don't lose hope, and don't compare your life to someone else's. Always ask them to teach you. So this is what I do. If I admire someone, I will always reach out, because I am an initiator. So I always reach out. I've reached out to all of you here because I admired what you do. So I wanted to learn. The best way someone can ever teach you is first you tell them how well they are presented. You love them. You admire what they do. Can you please teach me your best practices? They're not going to say no to you.
Powerful.
Because they know that you look up to them and it is their responsibility to cultivate you.
That's a good one.
Awesome. That is good. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, I can't believe that, the time just flew out the window. Just to recap here, we've been talking to Coach Febby, life coach, mentor, foundation founder, if you want to put it that way. What did we take out of it? Like, honestly, I think my take, Febby, is that you are resilient. You are a go-getter. And I love your parting words. If you admire someone or something, someone, reach out, try to learn those practices, right? Yeah. Learn the best practices. So if you're out there and there's someone you look up to and you're like, I wish I could be like Oprah Winfrey. Well, study, right? Learn, take time to learn and perfect your craft. Another thing, Febby is here to do something that is wonderful. Let us support. Let us go to the website, www.dalisofoundation.org, or you can go to her personal website, febbykayira.com, if you're interested in the adaptive life coaching skills that she is offering. So from us, this has been Insaka Talk Show. We appreciate you. We will be right back with just some closing words. Priska is going to let us know about the break that is coming up. And thank you
for the extra time.
Please stay in the background. We would love to chat with you, but thank you so much for now. Thank you for being on the show. We appreciate you.
Am I supposed to talk about the break now?
You can go ahead.
Soon we're going to commercial. So guys, we are taking a break. It's been amazing. We started this in January, right? And we are very grateful for every single person that's been watching, been sharing, been talking about it, has met us. We will still be working in the background, but we just need a break. We'll be taking a 3-week break. We will be back in October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Irene is a breast cancer survivor. I've worked for oncology in over 10 years. So we'll give a few tips and things to talk about. And with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. This has been Insaka. Guys, I don't even know what to say. Anything else that you guys want to say?
Well, you know, I think during this journey, we've met a lot of people that have loved us from outside. They didn't even meet us, but they loved us. They appreciated us, and they followed us. You know, they were very religiously, they followed us. They believed in us.
Yeah.
We don't take that for granted, because we know that you actually paused everything that you were doing to sit down and watch us for 1 hour. We appreciate you. We don't have anything but thank you to tell you every day. We'll continue telling you thank you, because you are one of us.
Yeah.
Winnie?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you again to our viewers, our family, of course, our moms who are far away. When like Nelly's mom, she was in Zambia, but she was like open up our Facebook page and watching us and our families. And just Salamata, your sister, and my mom watches later, but our family have been just there for us and supporting us, especially our family home, our children. They know that, Mommy, you're going to be in the meeting, Insaka talk show. So our children, and then I think it's just much needed. The kids will be going to school. We just want, we have mothers here. We want to prepare them to go into school. And then we'll be back, the new episode. And we're looking forward to see you all. Like, this is exciting. And we're just happy to be just the ladies of Insaka talk show. It's amazing. And I love these women. Trust me. This is all made up, but behind the scene,
Don't go there. Stop putting our laundry out there.
One day I'm gonna record. One day I'm gonna record for you guys to see what goes on in the background. You'll be like, damn, yo.
I'll say it wasn't me.
So, Nelly, any parting words?
Yeah. So, like everybody has said, honestly, we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you all. We thank you for sticking around with us. We pray that as we come back with more content, with more heartfelt stories, we want to bring stuff that you care about. So please reach out. Let us know the kind of content that you want to see on Insaka Talk Show. If there's a story that is inspiring you, somebody that is doing something noteworthy, let us know. This show is your show. It is not about us. Yes, we can put on the makeup, put on smiles and come here, but it's ultimately about you. So please stay with us. We love you. We appreciate you.
And one more thing, we're still going to be posting, we'll be posting more videos and still working behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Talking about the live shows where we come live and interact. And when we come back, guys, you will be able to call in and have a conversation with us live as opposed to sending messages. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.